Okay, we're good to go.
Okay. Excuse me. Today I want to teach the Moven Warmup. Find a comfortable place to lie on the floor where you can reach your arms right out to the sides, like the letter T. You want to do that? That will be how much space you need to work in. We'll begin by having your arms down by your side and just observe 8 ordinary breaths. And then you're going to do 3 horizontal breaths. Let me explain the horizontal breath. The horizontal breath is moving your back ribs, narrowing and widening. Narrowing and widening. It's not lifting your chest. It's not a belly breath. It's your parallel shoulders resting down and you narrow and widening. So you'll be observing, just noticing your own breath. Count 8 of them. Then you do 3 horizontal breaths. 1, 2, 3. Then you place one foot on the floor, the other foot on the floor, and we begin. Now, you're always going to be thinking that you want to get in touch with gravity. You want to feel the floor supporting you. So I will say your feet and ankles rest on the floor, and that's resting down, tipping the pelvis. And when I say tipping the pelvis, all you have to do is hear the words. You don't have to actually do anything. We're not trying to get your back perfectly flat on the floor. We just want your brain to register the fact that I've said those words. Then your calves, the calves of your legs rest down toward the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your knees and thighs rest down toward the floor. We're always thinking about where the floor supports us, tipping the pelvis. Your waist just relaxes into the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your back ribs rest on the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your chest, shoulders, and arms rest on the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your neck, chin, and head rest on the floor, tipping the pelvis. Now, in your mind, the weight passes from your head to your chest, through your arms, sending the weight into the sides of your hands, which sends your arms into the air, palms facing. Flatten your hands, and it's as if you had a weight on each hand, which sends your shoulders into the floor. Then the weight of your fingertips carries your arms out to the side and just drops there. Now send your fingertips back into the floor, which send your arms back into the air. Tip your fingertips toward your feet and allow the fingertip weight to carry your arms to the sides and rest from the top down. 1, 2, 3. Then we repeat that. Your feet and ankles rest on the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your calves rest down toward the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your knees and thighs rest toward the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your waist relaxes into the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your back ribs widen and rests on the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your chest, shoulders, and arms rest on the floor, tipping the pelvis. Your neck, chin, and head rest on the floor, tipping the pelvis. The weight passes from your head to your neck, your chest, your shoulders, and arms, sending the weight into the sides of your hands, which send your arms into the air, palms facing. Flatten your hands, check your shoulder placement, and allow the fingertip weight to carry your arms to the side. Now this time, you do not move your arms. You do not move anything at the beginning. Just in your mind, imagine the weight of your arms, the weight passing along your arms to your chest, down your torso, down your legs, to your feet. and sending the weight at your feet into the floor. As you exhale, you lift the pelvic weight off the floor. Take a deep belly breath, and as you exhale, one vertebra at a time is gently lowered down, lengthening your spine. Very carefully. Now, you don't have to go that high. You can go less high. You only go as high as you are comfortable. If there's the least bit of stress anywhere, do not go any higher. In fact, if it feels stressful to just lift your hips off the floor at all, don't lift them off the floor. Simply image in your mind that you're doing it. Anything in this exercise that we're doing that feels challenging, don't accept the challenge. In other words, don't do it. Just simply in your mind, imagine that you're doing it exactly, fully, correctly, and be happy about that. Don't feel bad that you can't do it. That's counterintuitive. It doesn't work. So just celebrate doing it, and then we'll go on from there. So now she's all the way down. So we're going to now send the weight back through her legs, torso, chest, out her arms to her fingertips. Send the fingertips into the floor, which send the arms into the air. Tip your fingertips toward your feet and allow the fingertip weight to carry your arms to the sides and rest from the top down. 1, 2, 3. And we always take these little rest breaks in between. And that's so that your body, your brain actually, can integrate the information of what we've just done. We don't go zipping through this. This is not an aerobics class, obviously. But more importantly, we have to pay attention to how the weight moves through our body, because that's when the body learns new material. It's like as if you're moving against a slight weight all the time. It's not, we don't go from here to here to here to here. We want to be conscious of the space in between. So now we're going to move on, and Kathleen is going to do leg lifts and knees over. Now the leg lifts are a tricky business. This is probably the most difficult of all the things that we're going to do. Now if you feel your ribs, where your ribs end right in here, this is the costal margin. So as Kathleen is going to inhale, and as she exhales, she's going to pay attention to where the exhalation comes right at that moment, and she will lift her foot and put it right down again. She's only going to lift her foot a little tiny bit, and she's going to put it right down again. Then she's going to take another breath, exhale, and lift the other one. Then the first side again, belly breath, exhale, and these are belly breaths, by the way, and put it down. And then one more time, belly breath, exhale, lift and put it down. And you will know, if you're doing this right, it should almost lift itself off the floor. Your leg will feel very light. If you notice that you have to make a weight shift or that you have to push your foot into the floor, then you've either let the breath go too far down or not far enough. So one of the things that might help there is, if you imagine that the breath, when it gets to the costal margin, goes right through to the floor, under the buttocks, under the thighs, so that your leg actually rides the breath off the floor. It should be a very smooth, elegant movement. Okay, now using that same breath, you're going to take a belly breath, and as you exhale, and when the breath gets to the costal margin, you're just going to let two legs fall. Just let them drop. Then hang out there while you inhale, and as you exhale, bring the legs from the nape of the neck down to this neutral position, and then the other side. So inhale and exhale, let them drop. Inhale and exhale, bring them back, one vertebra at a time. Then the first side, inhale and exhale, dropping it out. Inhale and exhale, bringing it back. And then one more time, inhale and exhale, dropping over. And then come back. Inhale and exhale, bringing it back. Very nice. All right. Now, we're going to bring, on the next exhalation, you're going to bring one knee to your chest. So that's just let your knee come up on the breath. Now just stay there. Inhale, and as you take the next deep breath, your knee will probably fall closer to your chest. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just put your foot down. The other leg, knee to your chest, and again, and put your foot down. I'm going to give you a little hissing sound so you know when we're exhaling. Inhale, exhale, and again, and put your foot down. And one more time, knee to your chest, and again, and put your foot down. Now, knee to your chest. Circle your foot and 1, slowly 2, against a gentle resistance, 3, and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and put your foot down. Other side, knee to your chest, and 1, 2, 3, and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and put your foot down. First side, and 1, 2, 3, and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and put your foot down. And now exhale as your knee comes to your chest, and 1, 2, 3, and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and put your foot down. Now, we're going to bring our knee to our chest next, but we have to pay particular attention that the pelvis stays steady. So it's like push your belly button toward the floor so that you stabilize your core. Now your knee is carried to your shoulder. Your hips must not rock. Bring your knee back in and put your foot down. So she's stabilizing here. Right here is where she's holding steady. The other knee to the chest, to the same side shoulder. Bring it back to the midline and put it down. First side, knee to your chest, the same side shoulder, back to the midline and down. And one more time, knee to the chest, same side shoulder, back to the midline and down. Now the next thing is going to be the extension. And what I want to make clear is it's important that in the extension the leg is straight. I'm not interested in how high you can bring your knee or how high your extension is. I'm more interested that your leg is fully extended. So it'd be to your knee, and Kathleen, do 2 of them. Do one halfway and one all the way. So this is the full extension for you. It fully extended, folds it up, bring it in, and put it down. Now do that same thing without going as high. So knee to your chest. Now bring your knee toward your wrist, not so much to your shoulder. Then extend it. That's the same spot, isn't it? Fold it up. Okay, bring it in and put it down. Do one more and bring this one to your shoulder. Knee to your chest, to your shoulder, and there it is. That's all right. They're all approximately in the same area. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It's like whatever is the right place for you. It doesn't have to, it's not, we don't have a goal of getting the highest extension we can get. Our goal is to become aware of what our body is willing to give us easily. So now you can do the other side to get yourself evened out here. To the shoulder, extension, fold it up, bring it in, and why don't you do one more on that side? But usually we do this 4 times alternately. Fold it up, bring it in, and put it down. All right, great. Now, you're going to sink the sternum. The base of the sternum, the breastbone is here. So she's sinking the sternum, shoulders, neck, and head, and look to one side, the other side, the first side, the other side, back to neutral. Now she's going to lengthen the neck spine and inhale as she puts her head down. Now when you come up like that, if you find you're holding your breath or you're getting red in the face or your neck feels crunchy, do not go so high. Make sure you drop your shoulders so that you lengthen your neck. You want your neck free for the rotation. If you're all crunched up, it's just stressful. So if you feel the least bit stressful, put yourself down and don't do it. There'll be another day. Just in your mind, imagine that you are doing it. So then the next time, palms toward the ceiling, reach way forward, Then inhale as you come back down and rest, 2, 3. Now it's your arms out to the side. Palms to the floor, one knee, 2 knees to your chest, and now just bring 2 knees over, your head goes the other way, and just rest. Now, she's just resting to allow gravity to release her back, to lengthen her thighs. It's a very comfortable, most people love to do this. Now, Kathleen is very limber, her knees fall over very easily. You might not be able to do that. So if you let your left leg be high off the floor like that, some people can only get that far or even less. Don't worry about it. Just get yourself in the approximate area that you need to be. Don't think anything about it, just be there, just feel the feeling, notice where your body needs to make an adjustment, make the adjustment, and then come over to the other side. Turn your head the other way. If you just do small movements that are well within your range, you will find one day all of a sudden that you're doing a much larger one. We pay attention to the small incremental changes. Large, impressive things do not impress us because if you're forcing it, you're more than likely compromising your alignment. So now you're going to come back, and on the exhale again to the other side. We repeat everything alternately. And then when she's ready, she's going to come to the other side. And then knees to the chest, knees tight, tight, tight together, 3 small circles. This is massaging your low back. And then 3 in one and 3 in the other direction. Put one foot on the floor and the other foot. And you notice we're always saying one foot and the other foot. I do not want to see anybody moving both feet at the same time. We're protecting your back by not doing that. Now it's the isometric exercises. One leg straight up. Now put your hands behind your thigh. You're going to be pushing your thigh down, but you're not letting it happen. You inhale, hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then bend your knee and rest. 1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And put your foot down. Other leg, knee to your chest and extend it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And rest. 2, 3. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put your foot down. Now 1 knee, 2 knees to your chest, grab your ankles. Don't let your legs come up. Inhale, hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3. Now put your hands under your calves, don't let your legs come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3. Knees together, don't let them separate. Elbows are out, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this time toes together, knees apart, forearms inside, don't let your knees come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3, and one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest. One foot on the floor, other foot on the floor, 2, 3. Now, one knee to your chest, big circle. Inhale as your knee goes down, exhale as it comes up. 2. Exhale one more time and come back and reverse the direction. Down and up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and put your foot down. Other knee and inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3 and reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and put your foot down. Now raise one arm straight up in the air. Now, the first thing you're going to do is reach through the ceiling and return to neutral. Through the ceiling, return to neutral. Through the ceiling, return to neutral. Now she's going to flatten her hand and keep her elbow straight and send her shoulder into the floor gently and return to neutral, into the floor and return, into the floor and return. Now all the way through the ceiling, all the way to the floor. Through the ceiling, into the floor, through the ceiling, into the floor. Bring her arm down and rest, 2, 3. Now it's a good idea at this moment to take a moment and notice how your entire upper right quadrant, the shoulder, arm, and hand, feels compared to the other side. It's more than likely that you will notice a difference. Now the other arm. Through the ceiling and rest, through the ceiling and rest, through the ceiling and rest. Now flatten the hand into the floor and rest, into the floor and rest, into the floor and rest. Now through the ceiling, into the floor, through the ceiling, into the floor, through the ceiling, into the floor. Bring your arm down by the side and rest, 2, 3. Now with your arms close to your side, turning your palms way out. Keep your arms as straight as possible. And you're actually going to pull your shoulders down. It's like a V from here to here. Pull it in so that you're narrowing your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3. Now this time she's going to do the same thing, but she's going to just lift her chest. And just lift your chest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest. Now the last thing is to roll up on top of your head. Now if you're a person who has headaches, do not do the last piece. In fact, unless you're very comfortable and have no issues at all with your neck or head, you can do this. So Kathleen, you're going to go on top of your head, shoulders and chest are off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest, 2, 3. Now that completes the Moven Warmup. At this moment, before you get up or move around, it's a very good moment to give yourself a moment of quiet and even to make an affirmation of having a wonderful, restful, beautiful day. Okay.